Every story has a beginning. Every chain has a first link. This is the story of a man who thought he was free, but found himself enslaved by a habit he never expected to control his life. His battle is not unique. It is the story of thousands, maybe even yours. Chapter 1. The First Glance. He was young, curious, and like many others, he wanted to explore what the world had hidden. One night, through a glowing screen, he stumbled upon something forbidden, something alluring. At first, it was only a glance, only a video, only one night. He whispered to himself, "This is harmless. Everyone does it. I can stop whenever I want." But what starts as curiosity often grows into hunger, and hunger, when fed the wrong food, becomes an addiction. Chapter 2. The Slow Drift. What he thought was a choice soon became a routine. A few minutes became hours. A single glance became daily consumption. The more he watched, the more he needed. The images grew stronger, darker. In silence, his heart began to change. He no longer saw people as people, but as objects. He no longer lived with clarity, but with constant fog. This was not freedom. This was a drift, pulling him slowly, quietly, into slavery. Chapter 3. The prison within addiction rarely announces itself. It doesn't come with chains and shackles, it comes with whispers. One more time, just tonight. Tomorrow you'll stop. But tomorrow never came. He began to lie to himself. He began to lie to others. He avoided family dinners. He hid his phone. He erased his history, not realizing that the real history was being written in his soul. And when he tried to stop, he realized he couldn't. The master had changed. He was no longer in control. Pornography was the master. He was the slave. Chapter 4. The Cost of Slavery. Slavery always demands a price. For him, the cost was heavy. He lost focus at work. His creativity dried up. His motivation died. Relationships began to crumble. He struggled to look people in the eye. The women around him were no longer friends, sisters, or daughters. They were distorted by the images that haunted his mind. He felt shame. He felt guilt. But instead of running to the light, he returned to the darkness. Because that is what slavery does. It makes the prison feel safer than freedom. And though no physical chains bound him, his heart was shackled. His mind was chained. His soul was in captivity. Chapter 5. Hitting rock bottom. One day, after hours of scrolling, he looked at his reflection on the black screen once the video ended. He didn't see joy. He didn't see satisfaction. He saw emptiness. His eyes were tired. His spirit was broken. He whispered to himself, "Who have I become?" The screen that promised excitement now showed him only despair. And for the first time, he admitted the truth. "I am not free. I am a slave." Chapter 6. The Awakening. Awareness is the first step to freedom. In that moment of honesty, he realized he could not save himself. Addiction had already taken too much. He needed help. He needed change. He turned to prayer, whispering words he had not spoken in years. He reached out to a trusted friend, finally confessing the secret he carried in silence. And for the first time, he felt hope. The chains had not yet broken, but they had begun to crack. Chapter 7. The Battle for Freedom. Recovery was not easy. The cravings did not vanish overnight. Temptation still knocked at the door. But this time, he chose to fight. He learned to replace the screen with real life, with exercise, with reading, with prayer, with service. He discovered that healing comes not from avoiding the darkness alone, but from walking into the light. Every day was a battle, but every victory, no matter how small, was a step away from slavery and a step toward freedom. Chapter 8, Reflection and Truth. Looking back, he realized something powerful. Pornography is not entertainment. It is enslavement. It steals time, energy, relationships, and identity. But freedom is possible. No matter how deep the chains go, they can be broken. He learned that real freedom is not found in satisfying desire, but in mastering it. Real love is not taken from a screen, but given through sacrifice. Real strength is not hiding in shame, but standing in the truth. Hope for the listener. This is not just his story. This is the story of countless men and women trapped by addiction. Perhaps this is your story too. If you feel the weight of chains, remember this: you are not alone. Slavery does not have to be the end. Freedom is waiting, but it begins with one choice: the choice to fight, to confess, to heal. Pornography promises pleasure, but delivers slavery. Yet freedom, though difficult, delivers life. And so, the man who was once a slave is learning day by day to walk in freedom. His chains are broken. Yours can be too.